another Monday. We didn't do a video for 2 days now. I lost my streak. We'll have to start a new streak here with the videos. So not much to talk about today, just overall market stuff. I will be having a video up on the Rogue Deck Builder and on the Rogue Market. Want to revive those channels and be more market oriented, and that way I can kind of just shoot the breeze here in the Gone Rogue Games channel. So we got some stuff in today we'll be showing in a second because I have nothing else really to talk about. Supplies are still hot. What isn't hot? Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering is, so I just had to get my numbers in for Lord of the Rings holiday set. That is probably the lowest pre-order I've ever done in years. That nobody wants that product, which is crazy because remember, everyone just salivated over the Lord of the Rings product. The problem with it is that we don't see an end in sight for the draft and the set boosters, and the bundles are long gone. The collector's boosters are long gone. People could buy those forever because they had the One Ring, which is like a $65 card, and the collector's boosters have the Soul Rings and the. Are they alternate One Rings or just Soul Rings?
They're alternate. Are the one I can't remember, One Ring or Soul Ring or something. I think they're Soul Rings.
But anyway, so yeah, but set boosters and draft boosters don't have them in them. So, and then bundles had the One Ring. So it's, again, they just picked a winner and a loser product, and this is what we end up with, is just oversaturated with products that no one wants and undersaturated with products that everyone wants. So Wizard of the Coast still needs to figure out exactly how to do things properly. The problem too, though, with, do we even still know what's in Lord of the Rings?
Is there even a bundle for it?
No, it's just scene boosters, which are like I don't even know. I'm just, gosh, this is my job, and I'm just so burnt out.
Can't even keep track anymore.
Yeah, figuring out exactly what's in the stupid sets anymore. And then talk about a dumpster fire still. There's no sight, or no end in sight for these Commander. So Zach has to go get a customer. Of course, every time we start filming a video, then we get a customer. So I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do this with one hand. But yeah, it's still kind of scary. The other thing that's like really ticking me off is I just don't know what to do about Pokemon. I'm going to have a lot of disappointed people because I can order Pokemon to my heart's content for trash sets like Paldea Evolved and Scarlet and Violet and Obsidian Flames. 151 is an absolute disaster for me. So I put in for a ton of pre-orders. There is 2 distributors who are just flat out just not selling me any because they had more than enough to, or more demand than normal. So they are going with their stores, and I understand that too. They're not my main distributor. I do the vast majority of my business with one distributor, which I have a good relationship with, and that's only what I can really do. Like I had to make a decision to really go all out on supporting one distributor and make sure that I have really good Magic numbers, or try to spread it around and do a lot of different business with a lot of distributors and not really have a good rapport with any of them. And so that's kind of the predicament I'm in. I'm trying to grow my numbers. The problem is with Pokemon especially is to raise your numbers with Pokemon, you have to buy a bunch of this type of stuff that comes out. And it's just dead product. I can't move it. I can't do anything with it to be able to get the good stuff. And lately too, like I'm starting to get really buried in like booster boxes that they want me to start taking. So I'm gonna have a lot of unhappy customers because now 151, I've seen my numbers, they're abysmal. And of course, everyone put in for just an insane amount of numbers for 151. I want to caution everyone about this set because we've seen sets like Shining Fates, even Champion's Path. Like Champion's Path crashed hard. Celebrations crashed hard. So I'm not even sure that 151, I was looking over the set, and yeah, it's got a lot of the original OG Pokemon, but it doesn't actually seem that interesting to me in the scope of things with like the different type of artworks and things. It just seems like another standard drop set. Just this name, you know, the original 151. But I mean, they did it with Pokemon Go. They've done it with some other things, and I'm not sure how well it will age. But the demand for this product is insanity levels for 151, and unfortunately, when that happens, then I get last minute changes where, you know, the distributors that typically, the ones that I do very small business with, like just some odds and ends here, they cut me And then unfortunately, main distributor just doesn't have a lot of Pokemon to begin with. Like I get very, very low allocations from a main distributor with Pokemon because they're just not a big Pokemon distributor as it is. So that's kind of my predicament. I apologize in advance that it's going to be a mess. I am not hoarding it and just selling it on the secondary market because this one looks like it's profitable. I won't be selling any of it. We'll keep a couple of it for the store here to meet the demand here, but the rest of it will be going to people to put in for the pre-orders. And again, I don't collect money on Pokemon or collect money on anything until I know what I'm getting. So in the past, that's what's happened with some of these sets is I've got cut, and then a couple weeks later, then I get offered a lot more. It happened with Celebrations. It happened with Pokemon Go. It happened with a bunch of these other ones. So again, I apologize in advance. I am trying to learn the business of Pokemon, how I can actually, up the numbers. But again, it's going to take a lot of like small buys. It's going to be taking a lot of people. We probably have to do a lot bigger pre-releases here, which is frustrating because in this area, Pokemon, it will get super hot for a week and then it will just die. And it's really, really tough because Pokemon's in a weird. If anyone has suggestions of how to get a good play group, what we end up happening with Pokemon is we'll get people interested, and then unfortunately, like Pokemon, there's a huge difference between playable decks and non-playable decks, like tournament ready decks, and people just playing casually. And I think what ends up happening is the people that have the good decks end up pushing out the kids with the bad decks, and it's really, really tough for us to get like a little ecosystem going where people have fun and don't get crushed. So we had like 20 people showing up for for Scarlet and Violet. The first one, Scarlet and Violet, came out. We had over 20 people in our league and in the pre-release, and then it went down to absolutely nothing in Paldea Evolved. It was like 6 people. And then for Obsidian, didn't even get like anyone. No one's even coming in for it. So locally, that's kind of my problem, and it's going to affect my ability to get stuff on what is considered the the pre-order for that sort of thing being allocated. So again, we are doing our best to try to figure this out. I've never really been much into Pokemon myself. We weren't a huge like Pokemon store, and I think we're still kind of suffering from that. So again, I apologize. I know a lot of people are going to be a little bit upset by the allocation numbers, but it's kind of out of my control at this point with again two distributors that just flat out refuse to even sell things to me that are specialty stuff. So see if I can do this one hand. I probably can't, so I need to find a is this tripod down? Oh, it clamps onto something. I was gonna see if I can actually open these up. So anyway, what is still hot is accessories. So this is just a big order from GameGenic. Their board games are still incredibly hot, which is a good sign. Sleeves are still incredibly hot, which is a good sign. Binders, deck boxes, all of those things are still flying off the shelf, which means that people are playing these card games. And the two things I've noticed from both Pokemon and Magic is every week, every day, every week, it seems like the shift is going from sealed product to singles. We are seeing a lot of movement in Wildsville Drain singles, just tons, which is another can of worms. So I need to talk about Wildsville Drain coming up because Wildsville Drain is just such a crap show with what it has in it that it's a master set. It literally is a master set with how much value they put in it, and it has just absolutely crushed the value of the singles. When you can get 50-cent Rest in Pieces and 10-cent Impact Tremors, and what's like Garrick's Uprisings for like 50 cents, and there was just like I was going through all of the cards that are contained in the Enchanted Tales, and man, it has just crushed the value. And I want to say buy. I want to tell everyone that they should just pick up Wildsville Drain and just continue to buy it till Zach's back. To just pick up these Enchanted Tales. But I can't honestly give that advice now because I don't know where this market's going. Like I want to say, hold the line, stick with it, all those things. But week after week, month after month, we are still seeing a dip in everything, and it's kind of a catch-22, or if that's not the right word, I'm having a mind fart what the good parable is here. But it's the reason why Wildsville Drain are flying through the roof is 50-cent Rest in Pieces. It's not that I think that there's this huge demand for a lot of those type of cards. And there are some other stuff too that are selling quite well. Which is a card, there's a card, Zach, in it that's is it a mythic or a rare? It's the 4/4 dragon for 3 mana. Well, it turns into a 4/4. It's seen play like crazy in Pioneer and in Standard. It's like 50 cents.
Are you serious?
Like that, yeah. Like
remember when what was it? Thunderback Region or something was like $25 and it was 4 mana for a 4/4.
Oh, the dragon? Yeah,
yeah,
when Seagulls, that was,
yeah.
Dragon's Dark here. Well, that's when they had a healthy ecosystem with. Is anyone even playing Standard or Pioneer? Like, what's going on right now? Is it just Commander? And that's why Wilds of Eldraine is probably so popular, because you have things like, like the rest
Gray
of pieces.
Pack, and Doubling
yeah.
Season.
Yeah,
Primal Vigor. It has all the double stuff.
Yeah, Oversold Cemetery, my favorite card ever printed, and it's like worth nothing. So, I don't know. It's still, I can't give any advice right now. First of all, this is not an advice channel, right? We have to say that legally, that anything you take from...
Well,
I'm an idiot that wears shoes that are almost matches my shirt. I'm a midlife crisis person dressing like a Justin Bieber. Don't take any advice from me. So anyway, we'll get to this, the Game Genic stuff, but... yeah, it's gonna be a crazy holiday because we're having like mixed signals with everything. Like I said, some things are super hot. The market is super stable.
Wasn't it like Ultimate Masters or one of the sets we found out and had like 2 months to try to pre-order it? It wasn't even like announced or anything. That happened years ago. But you never know if there's gonna be everything reprinted again.
Yeah, well that's the thing. Like they have their calendar for next year, but they've had add-ons before.
Yeah.
When do we know that there will just be like some Infinity set or something that just gets... Speaking of which, I was looking over like stuff in that. Oh Mark, thinking that any of that. I don't think there's anything in there, even like the Space Dog is not even worth over $1 now. So what do we got in today? So we got some. These are selling like crazy. These are all dungeons, so I don't need to look through here. These are all dungeons. They're super hot products. People buy them like crazy. Again, if you are a patron, all this stuff is available to order at a discounted price. Just go to patreon.com/roguedeckbuilder. Of course, that's how we now make our majority of our money, is just by...
What is that?
Someone ordered these. I'm not sure what they are.
Oh, they're the cube sleeves. So they're the
cube
sleeve
pockets.
that holds the... Okay.
Okay.
I mean, that's interesting. I mean, especially if you like cube.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually expecting people to start getting back into cube more, because again, that's the market I'm seeing, is more of the... No one's playing Standard, Modern, Pioneer. What they're doing, I mean, Commander has started to get to the point where it's just been completely... FOMO to death. You had Commander Masters, you had Baldur's Gate.
We've had 2 years of Commander deck every 3 months.
Commander Legends wasn't even that long ago.
No.
Yeah, there's still booster boxes for Commander Legends at a very reasonable price. And Jeweled Lotus has already been reprinted. Yeah. So again, it's just like... So I think the Commander players are just like, yeah, they're the ones that are wallet fatiguing. Because Lord of the Rings was a super Commander-ish type.
Yeah.
I guess it was huge for Modern, but... yeah, so I think Cube and Casual are really what's moving a lot of these cards. So hopefully this mic's not clicking today. If it is, I apologize.
It was clicking last time?
Yeah, one time it was clicking, so I don't know if it's because it moves around. But anyway, well, people like to just kind of see us like open stuff, and as we do a video while we're working, huh? So man, I needed to order. I only ordered 1 copy of Marvel Splendor. Man, this sucker. I guess I mentioned it one time in a video, and then everyone wants Marvel Splendor.
That's
so
a good
this is
game.
Going out to someone. And I got wrecked in that last night. I won 1 game the entire night. It was awful. Everything was just not
Ooh,
for
finally,
me, so.
they actually had some.
So Watchtowers, yeah. Well, I mean, this is we basically sold Wilds of Eldraine, and between Lorcana and Wilds of Eldraine, yeah, we completely ran out of deck boxes. So this will refill back up our
Deck boxes?
Yeah, our... What do they call that? Shelf. That's what it's called. It's called a shelf. What do we have in here? A couple other board games that are mix and match. Yeah, there's some other things like this. I need to try these. This will be for a video, which is the outer sleeve. So Game Genic came out with their outer sleeves, like Dragon Shield. I guess that's the new trend is quadruple sleeving your sleeves.
This sleeves your profit backwards, and it pretty much makes it waterproof.
Well, the thing is, like, some people like to do outer sleeves because their sleeves are expensive, so now they have to protect their sleeves.
Well, speaking of which, what is it? We just sold some like $60 Dragon Shields that were on clearance.
Well, yeah. So Dragon Shield is actually getting rid of a couple colors, so we have to take these ones off too. Oh, as I step on. So olive is gone too now. So, and then slate, olive, there's a couple of silver's discontinued. Silver, olive, slate, I'm not sure what the other ones. And my assumption is that they're going to go dual matte
matte.
colors, because silver you can see through, olive I believe you can see through olive. You definitely could have seen through slate, and slate just basically is crypt, I believe. I think they're like the exact same color. Maybe they're not. That seems like it's a little lighter.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing with slate, but yeah, those are gone now. So it looks like Dragon Shield's like consolidating some colors because they've come out with too many. There's like Truth and Justice that are coming out though. Maybe one of those will be the slate and olive colors, Truth and Justice. Yeah, one is like a black.
And names.
Yeah, one's like an ivory color and one's like a black color, I think.
All right,
I'm not
cool.
sure. And
Alrighty.
these like little promos for Dead of Winter for buying their little Halloween special.
Is it a Halloween
Yeah,
special?
I can't stand this game. It's terrible.
So
But if you like it, it's a more power to you. We'll see what's in this last box, and yeah, like I said, I'll be trying to do more meaty video on Rogue Deck Builder for Market Monday, going over the just Throneville Drain or Wildsville Drain, what it's done. Like again, I'm glad people are enjoying the Weave cards, and I'm glad they're enjoying like the Enchanted Tales in it. But I mean, they just threw so much value in a set again that now, like Eldraine is making every other standard set just look like garbage. And when they do that, when they keep FOMOing, you know, the FOMO creeping is what I like to call it. Like, what can they do in the next set?
But there was no serialized stuff in this set, Kevin.
No one
Why
cares
not?
about serialized. They're going to stop caring about serialized. It's going to be a dead thing.
It's stupid. It's not even different art or anything like
yeah, it's just a
actual
number.
serialized stuff is.
But yeah, the Enchanted Tales though, I think it's just kind of a bad sign they keep pushing this stuff. I'm glad people enjoy it, but I mean, what are they gonna do with Ixalan? How are they gonna keep up with it? As soon as they decide to reset things, more dungeons in here,
Yeah.
what are they gonna do?
That's just envelopes.
Oh, that's your stuff. So yeah, we had a lot of Game Genic stuff. A lot of stuff has been ordered, so I need to get this out, so I better get going. But we'll have a more in-depth video on the other channels. Thanks for watching.